Hello everybody, here we are in another tournament game. Today we have the 2 seed Cleveland versus the 15th seed Apex. It is Paradox, it is Ket, it is Gold. It's another round of 16 game. Let's go ahead and show off the equipment here, and we'll get the match underway. For Wave 1, I will be following Cleveland. My co-host here, Dark, he will be following Apex. We'll see who will be moving on to the round of 8. It ought to be a fun one. But of course, the loading screen. Take a little bit of time. Allows our contestants to think about what they need to do, where they need to be, what they need to kill. A little bit of time to prepare.
Best part about the tournament match.
The loading screen. I'm glad somebody likes it. Oh boy. Almost done though. We'll be on the map shortly. And there we go. And we're on the map. So, as I said, I'll be following Cleveland here for Wave 1. Let's see where he's going. Interesting starting position, it looks like. Although now going to a more traditional area. Didn't know which one he was going to, but now he's got a spawn, and it looks like Apex is actually already there and takes care of it. So Apex looks like he'll be on the board first. Cleveland undeterred, though, does find an enemy. Actually, the enemies are coming to him. A couple of wraiths, but does leave one behind. Not really worth going for just one. Needs to find a bigger spawn to get more kills. Into the cave, but only one enemy there. Apex, on the other hand, looks like he got another enemy to my right, also to the right of Cleveland. Let's go ahead and check the early score then. Apex on top 600 to 500. It's still very close, obviously, in this match. Cleveland working his way back toward LZ, now going back to the left of LZ if you would be spawning in. And now going to the right, onto the higher platform. Got a couple of Paul kills, it looks like, and a good combo from Cleveland. Apex, he's doing the same thing. Ooh, let me back up a bit. I got a little bit too close for comfort there to my contestant. I don't want to run into the back of him. But Cleveland here, working the bridge. Has a decent amount of enemies that he did clear out pretty quickly with the Paul, and has a couple more on this other landing right below. Now I'm going to drop low myself and get a couple nades, but ooh, almost fell off the map myself. Let's try not to do that for future reference. So Cleveland once again passing over the bridge, not really much here. Apex across the way getting some other enemies, and we're down to the last 3 here on Wave 1. And at the end of Wave 1, it is Apex on top, 2,600 to 2,000. Close game so far. I'll be following Apex here for Wave 2. If I can get my stealth grid to go off. Alright, I'm going to stay right underneath him to minimize the spawn effects. Although now he's going over here a bit, so I will follow in pursuit. Spawns are on the field, in the back, double spawn. Cleveland looks like he's in a better position right away, but Apex is closing in. So both moving back toward the back spawn in the cave. Cleveland goes down, but does get himself back up and back into the fight. Both contestants are still back here, but Apex is now going back up toward the front of the map, trying to find a better position to take out some more enemies. Onto the bridge he goes. Flings that guy up and out. Not too terribly much, though. Cleveland now on top, 3,400 to 3,300, so Cleveland's now taking the lead here in Wave 2. So it is a close one. Apex goes down, gets himself back up and back into the action. So I believe that's 1 Joe apiece.
1-1.
Alright. And I believe the dog counter will stay at 0 for this game.
Oh. So disappointing. But the fiend counter, that's a thing.
That, yeah, it could be a completely different case in this matchup. Down to the last 3 enemies here on Wave 2. Contestants are cleaning it up nicely. I'm going to go ahead and grab some nades. We'll go ahead and see who is on top after this one. At the end of wave 2, it is Apex on top, 5,900 to 5,100, so Apex takes the lead again here. Cleveland, I'll be following him for wave 3, and it is an upload.
Alright, where are you going, Apex?
Alright. Uploads are on the field. Cleveland's already in one, so that's good for him. And he has a spawn, so this is really good for Cleveland. Apex is in a spawn, or not a spawn I should say, but is in an upload himself, but does have a spawn a little bit away from him. Gets out of the objective to get some combos, but meanwhile Cleveland, everything's coming to him, so all he has to do is stand there and kind of take it. And make sure obviously that he lives.
I'm going to progress C if you want to bounce between them.
I will bounce between both of our contestants, actually. And actually, Apex is coming over here, so I'm gonna... Oh, Cobra comes out from Apex.
It didn't even knock down a shield. I'm not doing that.
Gets the Ascendant Orb, though, but now Cleveland's working on him. Go ahead and check that score again. Apex on top, 69... Oh, no, Cleveland takes the lead now, so it's back and forth on wave 3. Both contestants doing what they can. Cleveland goes down, gets himself back up. Apex goes down, gets himself back up, so both contestants have now gone down twice. They should be okay, though. Objective is moving along nicely. Cleveland still has the Ascendant over here, and he cleaned up the little enemies that were encroaching on the objective, so he's doing just fine, and he finishes that one off. So that's all for Cleveland on that objective. Meanwhile, Apex is still over here a little bit. In his objective, I'll try to bounce back and forth between both of our contestants.
What the heck?
Apex goes down, gets himself back into it. Cleveland coming over, looks like, oh no, so that objective is done. Every objective is done. Now it is cleanup time here on wave 3, so back to following Cleveland primarily. He is over on the top. Let me go ahead and reposition for him. And still working on that Ascendant. We'll take him down, and we're down to the last 3 enemies on wave 3. Alright, one apiece there, and at the end of wave 3, it is Cleveland on top, 13-1 to 10,800, following Apex here on wave 4.
Enemies headed your way.
Ooh, Cleveland's staying in the back.
So Cleveland in the back, Apex here, sort of in the center, up top, and Apex does looks like he gets a double spawn, but Cleveland encroaching on one of these spawns, trying to get the better of it.
Ooh, there he is. Here's the big guy.
Fiend is in play now. Both contestants fighting over the same enemies, including the Fiend, and the Fiend just got glitched, but the Cobra comes out from Apex, gets 2 destined at least. Apex in front of LZ. That's a decent amount of smaller enemies. That could be very helpful to him. 15-9 to 13-2. Apex goes down waiting for revive that time, and revive is provided, so he is now back into it. Check that score again. 16-4 to 13-3. Still close, but Cleveland's now building a small lead on wave 4. Cleveland goes down, but waiting for revive that time, so both of our contestants content to let the Avengers do their job and get them back up into the fight. Down to the last 3 enemies on wave 4. Let me go ahead and take a couple nades here. Apex at the back of the map. Cleveland up here a little bit closer, and at the end of wave 4 it is. Cleveland on top, 17-3 to 14-6, following Cleveland for wave 5. Let's see where Cleveland goes. Looks like he's keeping it right here. Gonna try to play the field. Apex repositioning for this wave. On the other side of the map right now from Cleveland. Spawns are on the field. Cleveland going toward the back of the map again, and so is No, that's Dark. Apex is already back there, so he has jumped it really quick.
He crushed that one.
I was gonna say he really knew that was coming. Cobra comes out, but waiting for revive that time. Dark will provide that one. Cleveland jumping back over to the front of the map, has a couple enemies, not too terribly much, but the Fiend is closing in. Oh, avoids that grab. I thought for sure from behind that Fiend might have had him. But no, he gets out of there just in time.
Where did
19,000 to 15.8. Cleveland still in the lead in this game. What is he fighting over here? Well, not much now because they're all dead. Both contestants side by side heading back to the back of the map with another somewhat decent spawn. And some more combos.
Oh.
Down to the last 3 again. That was a pretty quick wave, I believe, for wave 5. All contestants here are firing on every single cylinder. And at the end of wave 5 it is. Cleveland on top 21-2 to 18-3. Following Apex for wave 6, it is retrieval. So we'll see what our contestants decide to do, if they go for it or not. We're going to find out. Objective is on the field, so are the enemies. So what is going to happen?
Looks like Apex is going for it.
Alright, so he's going for the objective score, looks like, to try to get himself back into this game. Cleveland is going for the straight-up kills. And Apex will deliver that first one. Next one should be on the field, and it is, right over there. Who's going to go for it? Looks like Cleveland's making his way over toward it, while Apex is a little bit bogged down, possibly, near LZ.
Cleveland,
Ooh, Cleveland goes down. Alright, so he's back into it.
I think we're now even on revives.
Yep, and Apex waiting for revive. And he's back into it. Check score again, 22-8 to 19-7. Cleveland still in the lead, but it is a close game. Apex has a bunch of enemies in front of him, and so does Cleveland. And that objective is not in a very good spot. I have a feeling one of the Avengers will be taking it. Although Apex might be going for it. And he is. He's trying to get that objective score. It's risky, but it could help him out. Cleveland's still getting some kills, but Apex is doing really well himself. Last objective on the field. 23-8 to 22,000. Apex is closing the gap a bit. I'm going to go grab some of these nades real quick as well. Right back into it to watch our contestants. 24-9, 22-4. Yep, Dark is grabbing that last one. Alright, Apex, way over here. I'm going to go ahead and close the gap a little bit myself, just to make sure I'm a little closer to both of our contestants. But now that the objective is done, Dark will be back, and I'll be following Apex a little bit closer. And he has a lot around him right now. Trying to take out some of the smaller enemies, and he does. Needs to watch out for that Ascendant, and he is doing just that. Trying to avoid him right now and getting some smaller kills. Should be a nice combo coming up, and there is. Down to the last 3 enemies on Wave 6. I'm going to go ahead and try to make another nade run, because I think I forgot to put my own booster on this match, but that's alright. I have enough equipment to get me through. And at the end of Wave 6, it is Cleveland on top, 30,400, 26,700. Cleveland did take a bit of a lead here on Wave 7, following Cleveland on Wave 7. We'll see who takes the game. So Cleveland's starting over there. I'm going to keep it right here until the enemies spawn into the map. Enemies are on the field. Now I'll make my way back toward Cleveland, heading toward the back of the map. Looks like he is a decent spawn back there, and Apex is already on the other side of that spawn, doing a pincer maneuver on what enemies are back in the cave. So less than 2 minutes to go in this round of 16 matchup. Winner moves on to the round of 8. It's been back and forth early on. Cleveland has that small lead right now, but at the end of this match, we will see who's in the lead there. Alright, Cleveland leaving that Fiend alone, although I do not want it to get me either, so I'm going to try to cloak past him. Minute 25 to go in this matchup. Cleveland on top, 33,000 to 28-1. The points are going up quicker than I can read them, but it is still a close game, and there might be a pickup. No, he is not picked up. It was just the Fiend making some extra noises. Minute 10 to go in the match. Cleveland in a good position with a lot of enemies in front of him. Apex coming around as well, wants a piece of this action. Less than a minute to go. Cleveland goes down, waiting for revive. And he is back into this matchup. 50 seconds to go. 34-5 to 28-7. Cleveland still in the lead. And it's just carnage up here right now, right off of LZ. There's Ascendant Orbs, Ascendants, a Fiend, and a whole host of other enemies. And lots of combos as well. Apex goes down, gets himself back up. Cleveland actually working this corner of the map. Trying not to get killed by anything flanking him. Less than 20 seconds to go. We are nearing the end of this matchup. The Fiend is coming in, but he'll be taken out shortly. Apex gets himself back up, goes down in the zone here. Cobra's come out. And at the end of this matchup, Apex is down. Oh, and it was right at the end. We tried to revive. But at the end of this match, I'm not sure if that is going to matter. I don't have the score right here. I wasn't quick enough on the draw, but we'll see final scores in a second. So we're going to have to wait a minute. But I think Cleveland was in the lead. A very tense game.
31-5.
Okay, with Cleveland in...
Yeah, it wouldn't have made a difference.
It wouldn't have made it? Okay. So it would not have made a difference there, even though he didn't extract. So, with that said, Apex, I will talk to you first. You played a heck of a match today. Well fought. How do you feel about being a part of this year's tournament?
I hate Ascendants.
As do a lot of other players I know. They can get you among other enemies as well. But it was great having you here. You've been in the tournament before. And you did you did a great job. It was great having you. But at the end of this matchup, we go ahead and get our official score. It is 37-4 to 31-5. Cleveland takes the game. Cleveland, how do you feel about your victory today?
That wasn't easy. The first 3 rounds, my heart rate was getting re-up.
It was very close those first 3.
Spawns at the end. Yeah.
That you did. So you won here today. You'll be moving on to the round of 8. So we will see you there in Apex. Hopefully we can have you back next year. But until next time, guys, this has been a good one.